6 minutes to 8 right now on BBC Radio Oxford. We're talking about the financial pressures many of us facing at the moment, whether that's to do with your pension and winter fuel payments or feeding yourself and your family. You know, heating our homes, making sure we have enough food to get by. They're low bars, right? There's stuff that everybody should have access to, but currently, even maintaining those essentials can be a constant challenge. So, why are so many people in Oxford depending on emergency food packages at the moment? Joining me now is Mujahid Hamidi from Oxford Community Action, who's been doing some research in this area. Morning.
Hi, good morning, Sophia. How are you?
Good, thank you. So, what have people been telling you about why they are, having so many struggles right now?
Well, we've had so many responses from the community from this subject. Because when we started this project, we wanted to find out why exactly people are still using our food redistribution service 4 years on from the pandemic. We still provide for about 300 families each week, every Wednesday. And we thought, you know what, we need to start asking some questions and figuring this out. So when we actually did the research, we came across some really, really crazy concept, really shocking comments about why people or how dependent people are actually on our services. And we detailed all of these comments on our report, which I'd recommend people to read. It's up on our website, also communityaction.org. And you can see exactly, in detail what the real voices of the community are when it comes to food insecurity and the cost of living.
And so, what sort of things are they telling you? What sort of shocked you?
So I'll read up a couple of comments if you'd like. I've got someone who said we would starve on several days a week. We truly struggle without this food.
Wow.
That in itself is already quite shocking. But we have like many other comments that people have said, basically where they had to choose between heating their home and eating, putting food on the table. They've said that they've gone without food and just so that their children can eat. But they're complaining about a whole host of other issues as well, like the rent is too expensive, is making the life uneasy, and that landlords keep increasing their rents. And that they just don't have enough disposable income. They don't have enough money to actually do things that they want to do with their friends or to keep up with their friends or their community.
Which is such
so
a kind of emotional
issues.
boost as well, isn't it? It's not just about, I can't go out and have fun. It's that sort of, that break, that sort of the thing that keeps you going, I guess, that you look forward to. So, it's interesting that following this research, community groups have even already started sort of adapting how you work as a result of this.
That's right. Yes. So as a result of this research, we started to partner with a few other organizations because we thought, what's the point of research if we're not making any impactful change? And this is actually the problem that we've seen in the past, where a lot of research has been done on communities rather than with communities. And this is an important point to address, actually, because if we start to do research with communities, then we'll start to see that the solutions are actually there within the communities. Communities they already know what the solution is. Maybe they just don't have the resources or the network or the funding in order to address these issues. So what we've done is that we've taken that upon ourselves because we've been working with the communities for decades now, as individuals and now together as also Community Action. What we've done is that we've worked together with other organizations to help bring about some impactful change purely because of the result of this research. We came across three major things that we thought we should have, that we should change. And the first one is to start offering advice to people. So we partnered with Agnes Smith Advice Centre, where they're bringing in a member of staff now to come into our food redistribution service every Wednesday, so that then the people there can have any free advice on things like education or employment or debt advice or anything they want. So that was the first thing that the community requested. The second one was that they wanted more access to more culturally appropriate food for their food banks. With the food redistribution service, we don't normally get too many foods that are staple foods for different communities.
Yeah.
And we often get a lot of like leftover stock or things which are almost out of date. So we want to set up a social supermarket, which hopefully we'll be setting up in the next few weeks or so, where we can then invest in getting more food. And that, again, it gives a more dignified response to, I don't have any food. It allows people to pay a small amount for their food, but they still get the food that they actually want rather than food that is just given to them.
Just give us the last one quickly, because we must get onto the news and travel, otherwise I'll get in trouble.
The third one is that we found that a lot of people wanted to actually grow their own food. They have the skills and the expertise to grow their own food. And this, again, helps people not be so reliant on the food redistribution service as well, so that they can actually just grow their food at home or grow food within the community and then share the food around within the community as well. So
Brilliant.
These are the three things that we decided.
It's great to hear you making positive action. You can read that report, Oxford Community Action. That's Mujahid Hamidi from there. He's done the research.